200 miles in the Nike Vomero Plus. Here's my honest take. All right, guys, so before we get into it, for those of you new to the channel, my name is Vince. I'm an amateur runner. I've been running for 20 plus years on and off. I just got back into running at the top of 2026 this year. And this right here, the Nike Vomero Plus, was the shoe that started it all this year. So let's talk about it 200 miles in. I'll kind of talk about this in a review kind of style, as well as kind of just talking about overall thoughts of this shoe, because I think it's really important. We'll start off with price. $180 on Nike's website. Right now they've got some great deals, some summer specials, 20% off of these shoes, as well as some of their colorways are actually marked down already like 30%. So honestly, I picked up another pair. So that maybe tells it all. You don't have to watch the rest of the video, but I appreciate it if you do. I picked up another pair for about $124. It's kind of their multicolored upper here and then white sole. And honestly, I saw the deal and I was like, I wasn't planning on buying another pair of shoes. But as runners, I feel like we just love to buy more and more shoes. And especially as someone that likes to talk about shoes and talk about reviews and bring this content to YouTube, I just felt like it would be really cool to buy another pair because I like them, okay? So price point, I think, is a 10 out of 10. This is a super trainer shoe, and you're getting it for under 200. We talked about the ASICS Super Blast 3 in a previous review. Make sure you guys check that out if you're interested in it. That's over $200. Most of the super trainers I've seen are about 180, 200, 200 plus. So I think this is on the low end of the high value shoe that you're getting in a super trainer. So 10 out of 10 there. Let's talk about the comfort and the fit, okay? This upper is a nice kind of material. You can kind of see it here. It's pretty lightweight, not as lightweight as like the Adidas Evo SL or like the Adios Pro 4 or even the Super Blast 3 or Mega Blast 3. That upper is just like so light. Honestly, I feel like it's not even there. It's not even helping clamp everything down. Whereas this shoe, I definitely feel it. And that's kind of one of the downsides, is my long runs that push over an hour here in the Nashville, Tennessee heat, my feet just start to get a little warm. Not like profusely sweating, but honestly, if your feet run a little warm, this might be an issue for those longer runs, an hour plus. The other thing I'll talk about is the tongue here. As you guys can kind of see, I'll kind of wrap it around here. It's a very thick tongue. That can go either way. It can be a very comfortable ride, or you could be like, this is just a waste, and it's weighing more to the shoe, which the shoe does feel a little bit heavy on the foot. But overall, I like this. It feels really nice, especially compared to those other shoes that we just kind of talked about that pretty much have no tongue, no upper, and it's just kind of this very wrapped, feels like one of those spring roll wraps, right? It's just very lightweight in terms of the feel there. Heel counter here is pretty good. It's nice and cushioned around the back of the heel here. I do a runner's loop, as you guys can kind of see here, to help my heel lock in a little bit more. Now, this is the one thing I'll say about the first time I put these on. 200 miles in, first time I put these on, I was like, oh my God, what are we doing here? I don't know how I'm gonna run in this shoe. It just felt so unstable. Although you look at kind of the shape of the shoe here on the bottom and it's like, how could it be unstable? You got a pretty wide base here at the forefoot, and you know, the heel here is pretty wide as well. You're like, how is that unstable? It's the amount of cushion that just felt very unstable to me. After a couple runs, my feet and my legs got adjusted to it, and I feel very, very confident in these shoes. Now, would I take these around some sharp turns, anything wet, you know, maybe some trail running? Probably not. Wouldn't be my first choice. Could I do it? Yes. But, you know, just something to note there, that if you are someone that's coming from like no stack height, or, you know, last time I was running, it was all about 0 drop shoes or 2 mil drop, and you wanted your feet to be connected to the ground. That was kind of the selling point back then on running shoes. Now it's like, how much cushion, how much stack height can we get? What's the max we can get away with? Keeping a shoe lightweight, you know, all the things stable and comfortable. So that for me was kind of a shift change, but I think for most of you that are out there running, you're probably used to the ultimate, like the big stack heights. But if you're not, just a note, you know, it may take you a little bit to kind of get used to. The cushion in this is incredible. Let's talk about that. It just feels really good. I mean, you guys can kind of see it here. I'll try to kind of bend the shoe. It just has so much cushioning in it that it feels so good on the foot. As you can kind of see here throughout the shoe, there is some compression going on, you know, as we're 200 miles in, but I feel like the shoe has really held up really nice. And the big thing is you look at the tread on the bottom here. I'll kind of go through it here with you. It's in really good shape for what it is. I'm not seeing like any points of failure, if you will, nothing really breaking or cracking open, and there's still a good amount of tread on the bottom here. I mean, we look at it here, it's pretty good. I'm really pleased with that. 200 miles in, and I've ran on asphalt, some rocky terrain here in Nashville. The shoe just can handle it all. All right, so again, talking about the ride, the comfortability of the shoe, I give it a solid 10 out of 10 for what it is. I think this is a great recovery day shoe. This is a great easy day shoe. Now for me personally, I was looking for a shoe that could do more long runs, that might be a little bit more lightweight and maybe a little bit more breathable, and that's what I found in the Super Blast 3. So there's a lot of comparisons here between Super Blast 3 and Nike Vomero Plus, because I can see where there's a lot of similarities in terms of the cushion. I feel like this is a softer, bouncier kind of ride than the Super Blast 3. Not that this is a comparison review, but that's what I have to compare it to. And that's kind of where I'm seeing like, okay, this is recovery day, this is my easy day maybe. And I do mix in my easy days with the Super Blast 3 as well as my long days. I could probably run in this a long run because that's what I was doing my long runs in and had no problems. I still enjoy this shoe. It just felt a little bit heavy on the foot, a little bit, the breathability was a bit of an issue, and that's kind of why I wanted to look at something else into the shoe rotation. But overall, a fantastic shoe. Comfortability, it's a solid 10 out of 10 for me on this shoe. And again, I bought another pair, guys, so I don't know if that speaks volumes. I hope it does, because it's like I'm spending my hard-earned money on another pair of this exact same shoe model, and I'm going to go for it. The one thing I'll talk about here, Nike Vomero Premium. Seems to be like everyone thinks that they need to go for the bigger, better brother of this shoe. It goes the Nike Vomero, the Nike Vomero Plus, and the Nike Vomero Premium. This is the middle tier shoe. Honestly, I haven't done extensive research on the premium, but I think you can get away with this shoe. And it's an affordability thing where I think the cost is just, it's phenomenal. So I don't think you should go necessarily to the premium. Try them both on. Maybe you find one to be better than the other. I personally just don't see a reason that I need to look at the premium. And honestly, I'd rather have a few different pairs, manufacturers of shoes to rotate rather than like, okay, this is my easy day shoe and the premium's my long day shoe. I'd rather have, a different branded shoe to kind of variate my feet, variate my legs in different shoes and have that variation. I think it's important. So hopefully that answers some questions, guys. 200 miles in with the Nike Vomero Plus. I would highly recommend it. I love this shoe. I can't say enough great things. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, make sure you leave them in a comment below. Make sure you smash that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel. We really appreciate it. The channel is growing, and I'm looking forward to creating more content for you guys. And we'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.